All right, peeps, we are back for the third day of prepping for your best 2019 ever. And today we're going to talk more about getting organized and putting things on paper. Now, for me, what really changed a lot of how I was able to accomplish things month to month was just looking at my organization and looking at my habits and figuring out how I could best tweak them. So although my schools growing up, I went to public school and I always got like the little student planner. That student planner would end up being like folded pages and like teared out pages at the bottom of my backpack or the bottom of my locker. I was never one to be organized, never one to use a planner, never one to do anything much more than maybe scribbling things I needed to do, which I still kind of do on my hand here. And it really gets in the way because if you don't set a routine to get organized, to figure out what needs to be done, to figure out when you need to be where, your whole life is a hectic So figuring out, I guess, the best way to work with organization and time management and planning is what we are going to focus on today. And I want to talk about two specific things. So the first thing is your assignment. Your first assignment is to get yourself a planner for 2019. Now, I don't care if it's a $10 planner or a $50 planner. It doesn't have to be an expensive one, but it has to be one that you are going to stick to. So figure out what you need out of a planner. Do you need day-to-day sectioning? Do you need hourly? Like for me, I thrive when I have a space where I can break down my day by the hour. I like time blocking so I can see that I'm going to get everything done, so I'm not missing things, so I'm not wasting time in between my day and then saying I don't have time to do things. Do you need that kind of planner, or are you more worried about a big monthly space where you can write down all of the things that you need to do, all of the places you need to drive your kids, all of the dates that you need to remember? Figure out what you need. But on top of that, on top of the day-to-day planning that you would expect out of a planner, what else do you need to stay organized and to be true to yourself throughout 2019? So for me, once I got into planning, I bought like every planner under the sun. I bought the Erin Condren planner. It was one of the first like big girl planners that I had bought for myself. And I really, really enjoyed it because I was able to get the time blocking version, and it just gave me one space where I didn't need to be like writing out everything that I was going to do in a separate paper and like find it later on. I loved it. I, however, did not love that all it had was that stuff, and I needed more space. I needed creative space, and I also needed space to track other things. So from there, I went to the Passion Planner, and the Passion Planner was nice because it offered, again, the same thing that the Erin Condren Planner offered, except it was smaller. I couldn't personalize it. The Erin Condren Planner you can personalize, and for a lot of people that's really special because it makes having that planner something important. It makes it special. The Passion Planner I couldn't personalize. It was like a black leather bound book. But what it did have was, it was kind of like a goal creating and tracking planner moving forward. So it gave you somewhere to goal map, and then it gave you space to keep track of, okay, what are your goals for the year? What are your goals for the quarter? What are your goals for every month? And then breaking it down into baby steps that you can apply to every week, to every day, and check off and see your progress. And that for me was really, really important. So after that, after the Passion Planner, I ended up deciding that everything that I felt I needed in a planner and the new things that I decided I needed in a planner couldn't be found in one that I could buy. So I started bullet journaling. And with bullet journaling, I could have everything. So I have the monthly spread. I have every day where I can fit stuff in. I now use Google Calendar for my hourly like breakdown. So in my bullet journal, which you'll see, I have the month, like the big month, and then I have the weekly, and then in Google Calendars I have the hourly, just so that other people can see my schedule as well, and so that I can reach it without having to go into my bag. But what I do have is I have goal planning. What I do have is I have trackers. I also have lists. So make sure that when you are going and looking for your planner, whether you're making it yourself like a bullet journal or you're going to buy, it's okay to splurge, because this is a resource, this is a tool that you are going to use all year, and it is going to save you. What is important is that it has the things that you need and that you use it every single day. And just like any other habit that you're creating, guys, in the first few days you have to be actively thinking about doing it. You have to set an alarm to go and check your planner or whatever you need to do so that it does become a habit. But then when you become dependent on that book and it carries all of that information for you, you're so much more organized. You get so much more done, and you're able to visually see it. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by all the things you need to do and all the things you need to remember, you can place it elsewhere so that it's not clouding up your brain. And for me, a very, very long time of my own, spiritual journey, I was trying to figure out how to meditate, and I couldn't meditate because I would sit down and I was just bombarded by thoughts. And when I got into planning, it kind of helped there because my thoughts were a little bit less, because the to-do things, everything that needed to be remembered, I was able to write down, place in the right place, and then it could exit left and I wouldn't have to worry about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys a quick run through of the bullet journal that I have right now. I'm not artistic. I thoroughly enjoy art as a way, as an outlet, I guess, but I'm not good, so keep that in mind. But I'm going to show you guys exactly how I've been working with my bullet journal through December and January, and also the trackers and lists that I have in the back, because they're all resources to me that are things that I want to keep track of. And now I have it all in one place, and it works for me. I live by this book, and now I need absolutely nothing else. So let's take a look. All right, guys, so this is just my regular, I bought it. It's actually a sketchbook because I like to watercolor every once in a while. I bought it for $10 at AC Moore, and I use it for everything. So I painted a little cover. It's cute. I know. Get over it. It's unicorns. But I also have a key, and this key is uber important to me. So I'm going to flip it out. In the key, it's just got different little, icons for me, and I can use it when I'm in the planner later on. I can look back and utilize it. So it was so important to me to just have that extra little, tool that I could use so that everything was organized and I'm not scratching things out as much. Although I'll be honest with you, I still end up scratching things out. And then we'll go in. I had a quote page. I wanted to put other stuff around it, but I just never got the time. And a future log. This way I know, even if I haven't created those months yet in my bullet journal, I can write down the really important days. This was something that was really important to me, from not having a traditional planner to still have that time to prepare for the future. And then over here, it's smudged a little bit, I have my first monthly calendar. So this I used for a marketing plan, just to figure out what content I was going to create for people every day and when it was going to go up. You've got YouTube and Instagram and IGTV and the blog and the podcast and all that fun stuff. And then what I did is I gave myself some space. So this is my December pep talk. Just like I told you guys, I like to write out these encouraging little letters to myself every month. And then just to kind of keep track of what I did for the month, I have a line a day. And then I have a migraine and mood tracker. So the migraines were based on this little tick tracker right here. The higher the trees got, the worse the migraines were. So as you can see, my migraines were pretty bad. And then the little stars up top go along with the color here, and that kind of color codes my moods for the day. I thought it was just a cute way without taking too much space, although obviously this is a lot of space just for a title. And then we have my habit tracker. So this is my habit tracker. I didn't do too great in the month of December. We had a lot going on, but it was pretty simple. Just go throughout every day and color in the circle when I got stuff done. I will say that working on creating, so this is just creativity and having an artistic outlet, I did pretty well. I only missed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days out of the whole month, so that's pretty cool. And then I was going to paint here. Obviously, it never happens, but it just goes into my weekly spreads. And I just write down the things I need to get done. I had a few artistic pages in between. And then I'm here in 2019. So 2019 will be about the same. I have my letter to myself for the year, just like I showed you guys before, and the monthly cover, and then just the weekly breakdowns as well. And then here I have my habit tracker, and then on the other side, I started getting ready for February. But if I go into the back of my book, I do have a little envelope. This is where I keep, for the new moon, I like to write intentions and things that I want to happen. And then in the full moon, I'll take them out and burn them. And then I have my Instagram follower tracker, my lottery list, my expenses here, my goal list, we'll go over that, my chores, my content. So all the things that I need to keep track of are in here. My morning routine, books I've read, a year in pixels. So this is where I'm keeping track of my mood for 2019 instead of with the habit tracker. Every mood has a little color code, and then it'll be the entire year will be colored in here. A little grid cheat sheet so I know how big each section is when I need to be making my book. My 2019 themes, and then this section will just be memories to last a lifetime. It's for Polaroids, so once a month I'll take a Polaroid, and this kind of keeps me intentional about what I'm doing every month and making sure that I'm enjoying myself. So that is my planner, and this is the best way for it to work for me. I have organization, I have tracking, I have like different things for like mindfulness and taking care of myself mentally, all in one place. And for 2019, my whole life will revolve around this book. Okay, assignment number 2, and this is something I really want everyone to sit down and do. Even if you haven't done the other assignments, just take the time to do this one. Sit down and write out a goal list. And when I say like a goal list, I mean be serious and figure out what you want to accomplish in the year, because it is so super important in order to have a successful year to know what dictates success. So what I did is it's actually part of my bullet journal. Sorry, I'm like, I have pre-workout in my body, and I can feel it like pumping. So my brain is moving faster than my words. But I wrote out my goal list in my bullet journal as just like a little list spread, and figure out exactly what you want. And that could be figuring out what you want to accomplish, what you want to feel, what habits you want to have, what habits you don't want to have. I'll read out mine. I do like by amount. So I have 20 by 2020. I have write a book, stay true, get my master's degree, book my Bali trip, have a salary job, growing passion project, pay off a credit card, finish my hours towards my LPC, which won't happen 2020, but I know what hours I'm talking about. Find my purpose, stick to and complete my lists, learn about one woo-woo topic per month and obsess over it, find a mentor, mindful eating, 208 workouts, trust my gut and my heart, have more influence, keep a clean home, dance more, everything with love, and at least one social outing per month. So these are all things. Some of them I can measure, other things are just reminders for myself, but it's so important to have a goal list. So we are going to end this video here. And what I want you guys to do is I want you to sit down, figure out what you need in a planner so that you can go looking for it. If you have any questions or have no clue where to find what you need, reach out to me and I can help you out. And then also write out your damn goal list and get that stuff done. I want you guys to go down in the comments below and let me know what one of your goals are for 2019. I can't wait to see you guys accomplish it all. And I will see you again tomorrow.